Last week, lawmakers in Georgia passed a bill that tries to ban all abortions after a fetal heartbeat can be detected. That's about 6 weeks into pregnancy. Seemed like a compassionate thing to do. Not everyone agreed, though. In response, actress and progressive activist Alyssa Milano says women should fight back in the bedroom. Last Friday, Milano tweeted this, quote, "Our reproductive rights are being erased. Until women have legal control over our own bodies, we just cannot risk pregnancy. Join me in not having sex until we get our bodily autonomy back. I'm calling for a hashtag sex strike. Pass it on." Author and columnist Mark Steyn joins us tonight. So, Mark, message, you can't have sex with Alyssa Milano until we get our partial birth abortion back. What effect is this going to have on America?
Yeah, well, it's weird to me because the rationale for abortion, such as it is that abstinence education doesn't work. So we have to have abortion because abstinence doesn't work. But abstinence apparently does work when Alyssa Milano is commanding it. And you just read out the tweet. It's actually fantastically worded. "We just cannot risk pregnancy. Join me by not having sex." So on the day that Doris Day dies, we are basically back to the sexual morality of Doris Day, young at heart, circa 1954, in which Hollywood actresses now are promoting chasteness because the risks of pregnancy from having sex are too high. Wokeness eventually brings you back to the same dank slumbers of 60 years ago. It's amazing.
What I find so interesting is if you were to do a study of the unhappiest people in America, and then isolate the people with the most influence over our social policy, it would be the union set would be 100%. It's like the more unhappy you are, the more influential you are over how people live their personal lives. Why is that? How did we get here?
Well, I think that's what's very interesting. A lot of these so-called activists, and this is a very weird reaction to a piece of public policy. It's certainly a lot more draconian than just trying to win a few local elections in Georgia. But as you say, the happiest people, according to all the surveys, are all the uptight Republican squares getting boring old marital sex. All over the country now, there are twitchy little pajama boys who agree with Alyssa Milano on everything, and she still won't let them get to second base. It's a tragedy.
It's like, why is it? I mean, it's sort of unspoken in all this is the idea that having kids is literally the worst thing that could happen to you.
Yeah.
It's like the end of whatever your stupid career is, or the things that you think are so important in your life, which, by the way, mean literally nothing in the end.
Right.
But, like, where do we get to a place where a whole political party believes having children is like a punishment?
Well, what's interesting is that, I mean, this was first mooted by Aristophanes in the Lysistrata 2,500 years ago. And the idea now that 2,500 years on, sex is just some sort of transactional thing for women. So Bette Midler, for example, has joined Alyssa Milano's sex strike today. You know, I remember that. I mentioned Doris Day. I remember the old Doris Day joke. I think it was Groucho Marx or Oscar Levant. I knew Doris Day before she was a virgin. I never thought we'd live long enough for the line, "I knew Bette Midler before she was a virgin," to become a thing. But it is, I think they do not realize just how deeply weird they sound when they intervene on rather dull matters of just electing more of their side to the legislature would solve this problem. But instead of doing that, they're proposing crazy ideas.
I don't think they can help.
And by the way, I'm in favor of more chasteness. I think if actresses are going to become chaste, as opposed to twerking all over the screen, then I'm for chaste actresses rather than twerking actresses.
Well, especially if the argument is, we're so mad we're going to stop reproducing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's so perfect.
Pity the pajama boys. Pity the pajama boys. Tragedy.
Mark Steyn, great to see you, as always. Thank you.